Welcome back to the channel, my friends. And before we get into this, if you're not watching the 23rd District Court live on YouTube, what are you doing at this point? So this is going to be Judge Shackelford. Again, I know it's almost like this page just revolves around Judge Shackelford and Judge Slavin's courts at this point, but this is going to be that Crane guy that I was literally sitting down to make the original video of. He's back in court. This is a two-parter. She sends him away to read him his rights, and when he comes back, he just simply doesn't understand still, and she flips out on him almost immediately. So just enjoy this, and we're going to try something new. Just let me know how you like it.
All right, this is 2509380M, the People versus Randall Crane. Are we ready on Randall Crane? Mr. Crane's coming up. Hey, you, Mr. Kazicki?
No.
Mr. Crane, do you have counsel? Was that you, Mr. Barron?
Your Honor, Todd Barrett, I did speak with Mr. Crane prior to the court calling the case today. I think that at this time, Mr. Crane's probably best served proceeding is on his own. There are some constitutional arguments that he's raising that I don't think as a member of the bar I can.
Oh, is he a sovereign citizen?
He's making some sovereign arguments, yes.
Okay, I have very little patience for them. I will let you know that, sir. So, okay, tell me your name.
My name is Randall Crane. That's a living name, not a corporate fiction.
So you're a real person named
I am
Randall
a real
Crane.
person. Okay. I'm
Okay,
here.
no, listen to me. Sir, you're here today because you have some charges against you. All right.
I'm challenging the court's jurisdiction.
Okay, well, denied. Your motion's denied. I have jurisdiction to the Constitution of the state of Michigan. What's your next? I'm not arguing with you, sir. I have jurisdiction. So
You have to provide subject matter jurisdiction as well
Okay.
as personal jurisdiction to me before these can proceed.
okay, your motion's denied. I have jurisdiction under the Constitution of the state of Michigan. What else? What else?
You do not have jurisdiction over the natural.
I just said I did.
No, you don't.
All right. All right,
Okay.
so sir, do you want to proceed on these cases and talk to the prosecutor? Don't look on your phone while you're talking to me. If you
My
don't
notes
know-
are on-
No, you listen to me. If you don't know your sovereign citizen arguments well enough to come up here and say them, I can tell you can't have I can tell you can't have a phone in here. I want you to listen to me. You're here today on misdemeanor charges, no talking. You're brought into court. You've already been arraigned. You have a charge of interfering with police officers in the while they're doing official business. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You also have a civil infraction for operating using a mobile electronic device, first offense while operating a motor vehicle, a charge of no proof of insurance. Those are both civil infractions. Civil infraction for no proof of or no registration in a motor vehicle. So those are the charges against you, sir.
All right, so basically his charges are normal sovereign citizen charges, so no shock there. So somebody actually went on Facebook Messenger and said, hey, Judge Shackelford's court. So I went there, looked, and I'm like, oh, this Crane guy again. And then I started to feel bad for Judge Shackelford. So after having to deal with broken system, broken trust for forever, because that case is still ongoing and he still has a warrant because he decided to ditch out on jury day, she had to deal with him. Now she's having to deal with Eric Martin, who she just had to deal with on Monday for hours. Now she's dealing with this guy. We've seen a couple other sovereign citizens peppered in here and there. But I just genuinely feel bad for it. And I can't, say anything negative about her just saying, okay, you're a sovereign citizen. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're doing. Sit down.
I'm going to tell you the rights that are actually real rights that you have in this court. You have a right to an attorney appointed at public expense if you are indigent without money to hire an attorney, and if the offense charge requires a minimum jail sentence or the court determines that it might sentence you to jail. The appointing authority will decide if you are indigent and appoint counsel if you are eligible. You may have to repay the expense for an appointed attorney. You may contest your ability to pay the ordered fees if the court attempts to collect any cost for an attorney, and the court must determine your ability to pay at that time. If you have a trial, you have the following rights. You have a right to, this is how trials work. You have a right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you can get an order signed by the court to require witnesses to come to court. You have a right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You have a right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent. If you chose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecutor could not comment on your refusal to testify. Lastly, you have a right to be presumed innocent unless you are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a plea, obviously you'd be waiving those rights. You also have a right to be released on bond. Now, it looks like you previously stood mute on these charges, so you're here today for a pre-trial. You have a few options, sir, under the law of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Michigan, and statutory law and court rules in the state of Michigan. You can either retain your own attorney to proceed on this case, or you can have a pre-trial with the prosecutor directly and try and work out an agreement, or we can set it for a jury trial. Okay, those are your options. You can get an attorney, use a court appointed attorney, but you understand that attorneys have an obligation to follow the law and not make frivolous arguments, which is what you want to make today. And if an attorney makes those arguments on your behalf, I could sanction them. So no attorney on this green earth is going to come in and make the frivolous arguments you're making on your behalf. Or you can speak to the prosecutor, or we can just set it for a jury trial. Out of those, I don't want to hear it. I want you to pick out of those four options what you want to do. Hire an attorney, speak with court appointed attorney, talk directly to the prosecutor to work towards a resolution, or set a jury trial. Pick.
Let me ask you a question.
No, I asked you a question and I'm telling you to answer it.
And I have the right to understand my rights and understanding.
Sir,
exactly
here,
what-
can you hand him this form? These are your constitutional rights I just read to you. Why don't you have a seat? You have a seat, read your rights, and I'll call your
Your
case
Honor,
back up.
I am asking for you.
Have a seat right now
What
and
was
read
your
your
oath of
rights.
office.
Have a seat.
Have a seat right now and read your rights, sir. If you
I
don't
read-
understand them, read them.
I move for this court to dismiss.
Have a seat.
Okay, next case. This is 2514260T.
So yeah, it's a two-parter, which made this really, really hard to find. So I had to watch the entire thing to find this part, and then I had to sit there and wait and wait and wait until they called him back up, which I found. You're welcome. But this is going to be the fair use portion of this video. Why don't sovereign citizens, or just dumb people in general, understand the attorney is there for legal reasons, not to make you feel better? Yes, they can try X, Y, and Z to get you out of the charges, but when it comes to intentionally lying to the court about something, intentionally putting forth motions that are knowingly just bad, like in bad faith motions, yeah, they'll get sanctioned for that. Therefore, they're not going to want to do that. So Eric Martin, great example, on Monday. Brutal Bob was in court, Wixom was in court. They were like, yeah, he filed like 20 motions to dismiss, just hoping something would stick. Shockingly, nothing stuck. But his attorney wasn't going to do that because they were all frivolous motions, and he knew they were going to get, thrown out. But that's that. Also, I wanted to touch on him saying, oh, well, I have the right to understand. If you're too dumb to comprehend it, it's not the judge's, job to sit you down and explain it to you like you're a kindergartner. If you can't, understand it, that's why there's an attorney. The judge can't take a bat, write nonsense on it, and hit you with it to make you understand. That's not how understanding things works.
Mr. Crane, did you have a chance to go over your constitutional rights that I provided to you?
Yes, I understand my constitutional rights.
Okay, thank you, sir. So at this time, I gave you four options. Would you like to retain your own attorney? Would you like to speak with House counsel and have an appointed attorney? Would you like to meet directly with the prosecutor? Or would you like to set the matter for jury trial?
I'm going to be requesting for an order of change of venue.
Denied. Anything else? There's no basis for that, sir. So I'm asking you, we'll just set it for a jury trial. okay?
I have to understand everything in regards to my case.
Sir, I gave you your constitutional rights so that you could review them. I also gave you the attorney,
I understand
a
that,
court-appointed attorney to go over those rights with. So I gave you an opportunity to understand your rights. I'm not gonna entertain, listen, I'm
I'm
not
not asking you to
entertaining your
entertain.
sovereign citizen arguments because they're unfounded and they're not legal. There's no legal basis for them. So I'm not doing it. So now I'm asking you, out of the 4 choices I gave you, which one would you like to do?
I am required to understand everything in regards to my case,
Okay.
including subject jurisdiction matters.
All right,
as
well, you
as
could do your
personal
research. I'm
jurisdiction.
setting this for a jury trial. We'll see you back for your jury trial on November 14th of 2025 at 9:00 a.m. I really recommend you retain an attorney prior to that date, sir, because I know I'm gonna tell you what you're not gonna do, waste the citizens of this, of Taylor's time with your nonsensical arguments. You're gonna come in, you're gonna try your case. Again, if you want to talk to House Counsel, you could do so. All
I'm
right,
not wasting City of Taylor's time.
okay, good. We'll
Okay.
see you on your trial date. Have a good day.
All right, guys, that's it. I just want to do this real quick with a show of hands. Who thinks he's going to waste the citizens of Taylor's time? Oh, yeah, I think he's going to waste their time. I think he's going to waste their time, the court's time, the prosecutor's time, everyone's time, because he's going to try this in court again. And no, you don't have a right to understand. You just don't. You have a right to be told what's going on. And if, again, you can't understand it, that's what attorneys are for. Hire one. Like, if this guy hasn't been tuning into Taylor Court to see every single one of these cases, go bad for the sovereign citizen, that's on him. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.